Utah may be the third fastest growing state in America, but there are 10 suburbs that are losing far more people than anywhere else in Utah. And one of these cities is definitely not the best place to raise your family if you can avoid it. So let's talk about why this is happening and how much it would cost you to live in one of these locations. But wait, why would you want to live in one of these areas? Well, just because people are leaving, it doesn't mean it's not a great place to live. It could mean there's a great opportunity for you to buy a house. As a realtor here in Utah, I've been to all these locations and I can help you find the perfect spot when you're ready. Okay, here's the list of the 10 biggest losers in Utah. Coming in at number 10, Kaysville, a large suburb in Davis County. This popular location is 21 miles to the north of Salt Lake City. At first glance, it looks like a picture-perfect Utah community, but a closer look reveals why some residents are getting restless. Kaysville has long been seen as one of Utah's most desirable places to live, but that reputation comes at a cost. The city's popularity has driven home prices into the stratosphere, creating a barrier for young families and those without high incomes. While the city grapples with how to address the housing crisis, the economic pressures and feeling that the town is no longer affordable is enough to make most people look elsewhere. Currently, there are 53 homes for sale in Kaysville with an average list price of $964,000. This is Kaysville's least expensive home, built in 1961, gives you 1,404 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom with no basement or garage. But it is on 0.20 acres. Kaysville's most expensive home is priced at $1,950,000. This beautiful 2-story built in 2003 gives you 6,700 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. You get a finished basement, a 3-car garage, and 0.43 acres. If you're looking for new home construction, there are only 8 homes available starting at $900,000, but most are $1.5 million and up. At number 9, Bountiful, one of Davis County's oldest and most established suburbs, just 10 miles north of the capital. For decades, it was a stable, comfortable community. But now it's wrestling with some big city problems, especially when it comes to the cost of living and congestion. The main issue is one that you're going to hear a lot about today. Housing just isn't affordable anymore. As home prices have shot through the roof, even longtime residents are feeling the squeeze. Their quiet neighborhood streets suddenly feel like a congested highway. And the homes that they've lived in for years now have a price tag that's pushing their kids out of the neighborhood. The dream of homeownership in this location has become a nightmare, forcing them to look for cheaper options much further away. In Bountiful, there are currently 70 homes for sale with an average list price of $845,000. Bountiful's least expensive home is $435,000. This 1954 Rambler gives you 1,070 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, no basement, a detached 2-car garage, and 0.15 acres. Bountiful's most expensive home, at $4 million, this insane house, built in 1994, gives you nearly 11,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and is fully finished. The home has a 6-car garage and sits on almost 7 acres. Bountiful only has 5 new construction homes available for sale, generally $900,000 or more. Next, number 8, Cedar Hills in Utah County is 33 miles south of Salt Lake City. This quiet town, with quick access to American Fork Canyon, is known for its gorgeous views and picture-perfect suburban neighborhoods. So why would anyone leave? Ironically, the answer is tied to the very thing that makes it so attractive. Utah County has been a massive engine for sales growth, but that growth has consequences. Home prices in and around the area have absolutely skyrocketed. The dream of owning a home here has become outlandish. A lot of families are being forced to depart in search of better value elsewhere. There are currently 18 homes for sale in Cedar Hills with an average price of $870,000. Cedar Hills' least expensive home is $519,900. This Rambler, built in 1998, gives you 2,520 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms with a finished basement and a 2-car garage. But the lot is only 0.12 acres. Cedar Hills' most expensive home is listed for $2 million bones. This huge 2-story, built in 2000, gives you nearly 9,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 6 baths with a finished basement. You also get a 4-car garage on a ½ acre, plus a swimming pool. But there's no new home construction here. Up next, number 7, Centerville, just 13 miles north of the big city. This Davis County suburb has seen a slight but noticeable population decline. Even with high median household incomes, the pressure of living along the congested Wasatch Front is starting to wear people down. Living in Centerville can feel like being stuck in a pressure cooker. You've got the heat from the rising cost of living, the steam from relentless traffic, and the tight lid of overcrowding. For many, the daily grind just isn't worth it anymore, and they're starting to vote with their feet. There are currently 22 homes for sale in Centerville with an average list price of $928,000. Centerville's cheapest home is $430,000. This Rambler, built in 1988, gives you 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, no basement, no garage, on 0.20 acres. Centerville's most expensive home is $2.3 million. This large 2-story, built in 1982, gives you nearly 8,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms with a finished basement and a 3-car garage on a large 1.29 acre home site. Centerville only has 3 new construction homes available, all in the $1.1 million price range. Number 6, South Salt Lake is a city that has long fought the reputation for being one of the rougher parts in the state. It's dealing with a mix of urban challenges that are causing some residents to look for an exit. The city is focused on addressing issues of public nuisances, and it's no secret that South Salt Lake grapples with problems related to homelessness and crime that makes any resident feel uneasy. With a blend of industrial zones and residential streets, the quality of life can feel like a patchwork quilt, plush and comfortable on one square, and then rough and scratchy on the next. Many who are wanting a quieter, more stable environment have moved on, but this area is tempting for those who like to be near the big city. There is no new home construction and only 14 homes for sale with an average list price of $563,000. South Salt Lake's cheapest home is $379,000. This old 1922 Rambler has nearly 1,700 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom with a partially finished basement, no garage, and a minuscule 0.08 acre home site. South Salt Lake's most expensive home is $674,000. This 2-story, built in 1994, gives you about 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a finished basement, and a 3-car garage on 0.21 acres. All right, we're halfway through the list, and a clear pattern is emerging as the cost of living and quality of life are a huge deal. Do you agree with these picks so far? Have you lived in any of these spots? Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're finding this interesting, do me a solid and give the video a thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more content just like this. Quick disclaimer, these numbers are constantly changing. So when you're ready to buy or sell a home here in Utah, reach out to me for the most current pricing and information. Okay, let's get back to it. At number 5, Millcreek, just 8 miles to the southeast of downtown. As a newer city, you think that would be booming, but it's already facing major hurdles. One of the biggest is the housing crisis, which is crushing renters and leading to displacement of families who can't afford to live there. As property values and rents continue to soar across the Salt Lake Valley, many renters are finding it impossible to keep up. It's like a flood of rising costs where the level gets higher and higher every year. Eventually, those living on the lowest ground are forced to flee in search of something that they can afford. Like my face, it's an ugly situation, and no surprise that so many are moving out. There are currently 50 homes for sale in Millcreek with an average price of $1 million. Millcreek's least expensive home is priced at $479,000. This super old Rambler, built in 1889, is 1,682 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, but no garage, and it's on 0.22 acres. Millcreek's most expensive home is $3 million. This amazing 2-story, built in 2001, gives you nearly 7,800 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and a finished basement. It also has a 4-car garage and sits on 1/3 of an acre. New construction homes in South Salt Lake and Millcreek is mostly teardowns and then rebuilding on the lot. These homes usually sell for $1.2 million plus. Next, number 4 Riverdale is 34 miles to the north in Weber County. This is another community that's feeling the strain from economic and quality of life pressures. The reasons will sound familiar: high living cost and search for a better environment. Like a lot of cities along the I-15 corridor, Riverdale residents have had it with traffic and congestion. The traffic, like the cost of living, continues to increase while resident satisfaction continues to decrease. This combination creates a recipe for burnout, prompting people to pack up and head for places that offer a slower pace and more affordable homes. At the time of this recording, 21 homes are for sale in Riverdale with the average list price of $590,000. Riverdale's cheapest home is a $395,000 multi-level home built in 1961 with 1,560 square feet, 4 beds, 2 baths, and no garage on 0.16 acres. Riverdale's most expensive home is nearly $800,000. This 2-story, which is still under construction, is 3,557 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, with a finished basement and a 3-car garage on 0.20 acres. Riverdale has 8 new homes listed for sale from $630,000 up to $800,000. Now at number 3, Draper, about 19 minutes south of the SLC. This large, famously wealthy community straddling Salt Lake and Utah counties seems like a strange fit for this list, but the data tells an interesting story. The very thing that makes Draper so exclusive might be its undoing. The problem? It's a victim of its own expense. The incredibly high cost of housing makes it extremely difficult for new families to move in and nearly impossible for young generations who grew up there to stay. As residents move on, there aren't enough people who can afford the steep price of admission to replace them. Right now, Draper has 108 homes listed with an average price of $1.4 million. Draper's cheapest house is $579,000. This two-story built in 2001 has 1,662 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with a finished basement, a 2-car garage, and a tiny 0.12 acre home site. Draper's most luxurious home is nearly $6.5 million. This insanely beautiful home, built in 2024, has nearly 11,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and the home is 100% finished. It has a 4-car garage, a swimming pool, insane views, and the list goes on. As far as new construction goes, there are only 10 listings, with most in the $1.3 million price range and up, but a smaller home at $731,000. Before I get to the 2 most disliked cities in Utah, I want to give an honorable mention to a historic town that didn't make the list due to a smaller population, the iconic Moab. This world-famous tourist paradise is 4 hours from Salt Lake City. It might seem cray-cray, but for the people that actually live here, life is no vacation. Moab is suffering from a severe housing crisis that is actively pushing longtime residents and essential workers out. Moab has become a stage for the tourist, but those who keep the show running, like teachers, nurses, and all the individuals that serve the tourist, can't afford a place to live. Even the rent has gotten out of hand. Moab's dependence on tourism has caused a flood of second homes and short-term rentals, driving the housing prices to absurd levels. Many are forced into long commutes or even living in their vehicles. And just like many other touristy locations, the violent crime rate in Moab is well above the Utah average. In Moab, there are currently 90 homes for sale with an average list price above $1 million. Moab's cheapest home is basically a shack, priced at $435,000. This 1981 home has 1,000 square feet, no basement or garage, but it is on 0.20 acres. Moab's most expensive property is $5 million. This home sits on nearly 25 acres, but the house itself is only 1,159 square feet with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and no garage. It is common for the most expensive properties in this location to include large parcels of land. Okay, let's finish things off with the 2 biggest losers. At number 2, Sandy, just 15 miles from downtown, epitomizes the Utah growing pains better than anywhere else. This huge Salt Lake City suburb with nearly 93,000 residents has seen a significant population decline. The fact that a desirable city like Sandy is losing people is a canary in the coal mine for this region. So why are people leaving Sandy? It's a perfect storm of all the issues that we've talked about. First, the absolute crushing cost of housing has priced many families out. Second, the relentless traffic and overcrowding that comes with being a major suburb in a rapidly expanding metro. Residents are cashing out on their high home equity and escaping the chaos for less crowded and more affordable areas in Utah County, Tooele County, or even leaving the state entirely. Sandy's decline is a powerful symbol of a bigger trend. For many Utahns, the classic suburban dream is becoming unaffordable and unsustainable, especially for those who want to live near Salt Lake City. Sandy currently has 170 homes for sale with an average list price of just over $1 million. There's not a lot of land to build on here, so there's only 6 new homes for sale, starting around $1.4 million. Sandy's cheapest home is $419,900. This tiny 1957 Rambler has 1,026 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, no basement, a 1-car garage, and sits on 0.19 acres. Sandy's most expensive home is like something out of a dream. Priced at $5.5 million, this beautiful home built in 2001 is nearly 15,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, with too many options to name. This video is already getting too long, so I'm not going to go there. Instead, let's move on to the most loserist city in Utah. Are you ready for it? Scraping the bottom of the barrel is number 1, West Valley City, only 8 miles west of the kingdom. This Salt Lake County suburb tops the list with over 2,100 residents saying peace out over the last 2 years. The bulk of the outflow were renters who faced an insane spike in rent year after year. The other culprit is basically a swear word for people who want to buy a home in Utah: investors. Though new apartments have helped to rebound the population, many Utahns love the cultural diversity of this area, and they blast perceived crime, potholes, and lack of green space. But data shows violent crime rates in West Valley City are well above the average in Utah. There are nearly 130 homes for sale in West Valley with the average price of $550,000. West Valley's cheapest home is $349,900. This split entry bi-level home from 1976 has 1,758 square feet, 3 beds, 1 bath, is fully finished with a 2-car garage, and it's on 0.15 acres. If you really want to be close to Salt Lake City, home prices here are pretty tempting. West Valley's most expensive home is just over $1 million. This home, currently under construction, has 4,800 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and the basement is 70% finished. You also get a 3-car garage, and it's on 1/3 of an acre. West Valley currently has 11 new homes for sale, starting at $475,000. So there you have it, 11 cities that perfectly illustrate the challenges Utah is facing. From the economic squeeze to the brutal housing crisis, a clear story emerges. The state's prosperity is like a plant that has outgrown its pot. The very growth that makes it so vibrant is also creating immense pressure on housing, infrastructure, and the quality of life. In most cases, people aren't leaving these cities because they hate them. They're being pushed out by the cost of living that has simply become unbearable. So what do you think? Will Utah's housing market crash, or are these growing pains here to stay? If you're familiar with any of these areas, or you think I should have put a different one on the list, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Your comments could help others decide where they should or should not buy a home. If you're looking to buy, sell, or build a home here in Utah, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a friend or a family member looking to buy a home, you can easily text this video to them. And if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell. Thanks for watching.